Thank you. 7:30. Protests continued for a fourth night overnight in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, following the death of Daunte Wright.
Former police officer Kim Potter is now charged with second-degree manslaughter after shooting and killing Daunte Wright on Sunday. She's going to be in court later today. Police say she meant to reach for her taser, but instead pulled out her gun and shot Wright, killing him. I want to bring in attorney Shaka Johnson, who is a former SWAT officer, joining us. Always good to see you, Shaka.
Good morning, Shaka.
Thank you, Thomas. Thank you. Good morning to you both.
So I know the components of these charges, it all comes down to intent and whether the act was reckless. Do you feel this falls in line with second-degree manslaughter?
You know, we said the other morning when we were covering this particular breaking case that there might be charges coming, and I'm not surprised to see them. Second-degree manslaughter seems to be the appropriate charge. If there were going to be some at all, it seems to be the appropriate charge. When you can't say, oops, my bad, that was a horrific mistake, when you go over the line into that negligent word, and when you are a police officer ascribed with a certain duty, and then you go into negligence, it is not uncustomary that your agency, or at least an outside agency, will charge you with criminal culpability for that gross negligence. Here, grabbing a taser, grabbing a sidearm, instead of grabbing a taser, which is not on the same side of your duty belt, which doesn't look, weigh, or feel like a sidearm, and then dispatching it into the chest of Mr. Wright, I think that does rise to negligence, gross negligence.
Okay, so you feel like this was appropriate then, the charges that were announced?
Yeah, I mean, they could have, first of all, I think there was some tempering here going on with the charging. Obviously, third-degree murder is something that was, I believe, in contemplation that they were talking about. And again, I stress it, I'm saying it this way. If there were going to be charges at all, second-degree manslaughter would be the appropriate charge. Now, the question is whether there will be a conviction for that charge, because you still have to get into the mind of the officer and whether her actions, whether Ms. Potter's actions were appropriate under the circumstances. So take the pistol out and put the taser in play. And the question will be at a trial, would she have been justified in using the taser? If she would have been justified in using the taser, and the fact that there was an accidental foul up on her part of instead grabbing her service weapon will be her defense.
You bring up a very good point here, Shaka. At any point, could the charges be upgraded depending on this investigation? Still early in the investigation. Could the charges be upgraded or even changed?
Charges can always be amended, Thomas. They can always be amended to go up or down. But I think that when they're charging police officers in this particular climate, they are doing so with the scalpel, with a very fine instrument, as to make sure not to overcharge, or at least here in recent months, not to undercharge, because the entire community is watching. So I think this is the charge that they will persist with throughout her criminal court case.
And what's the penalty for second-degree manslaughter? Up to
10 years, up to 10 years. So it's substantive. Yes, it's a weighty prison sentence, up to, the key words there, up to. And I think what a judge would look at if in fact Ms. Potter were convicted is how this all came about. She was in her official police capacity. She was trying to effectuate an arrest. She was trying, I think all parties now are in agreement that she was trying to deploy her taser. And so if she's convicted, that will come into play. I'm not sure she'll see jail time.
Well, let's talk about that when it comes to mounting a defense. How critical will those words be? Taser, 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 prior to the shooting.
Exceedingly critical, exceedingly, because without those words, and if she were telling investigators after the fact, I meant to deploy my taser, I don't think her words would hold much weight. But during the episode, in the heat of the moment, she's shouting taser, which is protocol. She's letting all officers know, stand back, I'm going to deploy what I think is my taser. And ultimately it was a firearm. Also, it was just one shot, indicating that after she realized it was her service weapon, she immediately stopped. And then, of course, the body camera caught the immediate reaction, which was expletive, oh, blank, I shot him. So when you put all of that together, I think a competent defense mounted for her may, in fact, be successful.
It certainly sounds like it, but there's still the fact of the weight, though, and that's what seems like a lot of people have been discussing, the fact that, especially when you've been, on the force for 26 years, to not distinguish. But I guess it goes back to, like you're mentioning, the heat of the moment, what she was trying to accomplish there.
Correct. And, and it's interesting because that is when that is a sword that cuts against you. Everybody talks about she's been a police officer for over 2 decades, but fact is, she's not been taser trained for 26 years, right? And so when you put the fact of, think about how long, which I don't know the answer to this, but this is something that will come up in her defense. How long has she been carrying that taser? So for 26 years, she's had muscle memory right to her sidearm, muscle memory right to her service weapon. And now you have the taser in the mix. And I think that somebody, especially with some psychological expert testimony, could talk about in the heat of the moment how that could happen.
Yeah, there are going to be a lot of layers, and then you talk about the distress of the officer at the time as well. That's going to play a factor. Real quick, do you think we're going to see civil action in this case?
It's extraordinarily likely.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I hardly guarantee things, but here's one for you. I guarantee you'll see civil litigation out of this.
Okay.
Because it goes directly to either her training and whether she was certified properly, whether she had been annually trained and retrained and recertified as per protocol, or whether the department trained all of its officers properly. So yes, you will see civil litigation stemming from this almost immediately.
Shaka, we appreciate your insight. Certainly more to come in this case.
Sir.
All right,
Thank you.
Shaka.